A few years ago, Mr. QB, the GOAT by the way, made a Minecraft video about diamond swords versus tridents. In my opinion, one of the best videos he's ever made. And now, with the new Minecraft update, we got another fierce battle between weapons on our hands. The Netherite sword versus the Mace, the two best melee weapons in Minecraft. Actually, the Netherite axe is stronger. No, it's not. Which weapon is better? Well, there are many factors to consider, so let's dive right in. First, most important thing for any Minecraft weapon is undoubtedly damage. This segment will be split into two parts, unassisted damage and assisted damage. At face value, the Netherite sword does 4 to 4.5 hearts per hit depending on the version, and on Java edition it does 12.8 damage per second. The Mace on the other hand does a measly 2.5 to 3 hearts of base damage and has a damage per second of just 3.6. The damage per second is calculated with the damage per hit divided by the combat cooldown time. So on pure unassisted ground combat, no extra items or environmental advantages or anything, the Netherite sword easily takes the cake. But that's only at face value. Remember, the Mace is not meant to be used purely on the ground. Its bread and butter is its smash attack, which can be performed from 1.5 blocks or higher. The higher the fall, the more damage the Mace does. And when we allow assistance to regular ground combat, well, the Mace has wind charges which launch you and allow you to perform a killer smash attack on the way down. A perfect jump with a wind charge and a perfectly timed smash with the Mace will do a whopping 21 to 22.5 hearts of damage, miles better than the Netherite sword could ever dream of achieving. You might say damage per second matters here since launching yourself, falling, and then smashing takes quite some time, but DPS doesn't really matter when you're literally just one-shotting stuff, and let's say you don't even get the most optimal jump, you'll still do around 13 to 16 hearts, which is still insane. And in super mountainous terrain, yes, terrain does count as outside assistance, you won't even need wind charges at all. Not much external assistance can be given to Netherite swords. You could say strength potions, but you could do that with the Mace too. So yeah, the Mace easily beats the Netherite sword in assisted ground damage. The winner of damage kind of depends how you want to look at it. To break the tie, we now instead need to look at versatility. How many different situations will the weapon actually be effective in, because that's really important. The Mace definitely struggles a bit in this category. In open, unobstructed fields, the Mace is unstoppable. But in a tight cave, or in a structure with walls, or when fighting the Ender Dragon, that Mace is not going to be helping you out too much, and can sometimes just be a complete liability. The Netherite sword, on the other hand, can be used in any situation. It doesn't matter whether you're in a tight space, or even if you're underwater, the Netherite sword has the ability to deal damage anywhere and anytime. So taking this into account, the Netherite sword once again takes the lead here. A big part of Minecraft weapons though is also enchanting. Enchanting makes weapons even better than they already are, and both the Mace and the sword have a slew of different enchantments you can apply to them in survival. The Netherite sword's relevant enchantments include sharpness, which increases its base damage by quite a bit, but still nowhere near enough to contend with the Mace, so no point here. It also has knockback, which simply knocks your enemies further back when you hit them, quite useful in melee combat, but the Mace's smash attack actually has this feature already built in, so again, no point here. Then sweeping edge, which makes the sword do more sweeping damage to mobs and hordes. This one is Java edition specific, but still really useful in survival and something the Mace completely lacks. Both weapons share the fire aspect enchantment, which sets your enemies on fire for a short while after you hit them. This allows both weapons to do a few extra hearts of damage on top, but even though the sword has some decent enchantments by itself, when you look at the Mace enchantments, boy, it's not even a competition anymore. Density is an enchantment similar to sharpness that increases the Mace's smash attack damage. How much does it increase it by? Well, remember how I said earlier that a perfectly timed wind charge jump will lead to the Mace doing 22.5 hearts of damage? Yeah, with max level density, you'll be doing a measly 41 hearts. The Mace also has breach, which makes armor less effective against it. Super useful for PvP, but incompatible with density. Still an amazing enchantment though, the sword wishes it had. And the Mace has wind burst too, which launches you in the air after a successful smash, allowing you to perform multiple smash combos in a row. And this can be combined with density to do incomprehensible levels of damage. It is also extremely situational though. Again, it's only good in open outdoors, and you don't always need that extra boost at the end. Sometimes it's just annoying, and plus if you miss your smash, very high chance you just die. But I'd still give a point here to the Mace, as this enchantment is still crazy overpowered in in the right situation. But hold on for just 1 second, there is still one enchantment I left off of the sword, Looting 3. This enchantment increases the item drops and the chance of mobs dropping rare items. You might be thinking this is irrelevant or whatever, but it's really not. This enchantment makes survival so much easier in general, and it's just so convenient for things like wither skulls, blaze rods, ender pearls, tridents, arrows, etc. So people will get angry at this, but I think the looting enchantment is a well-deserved point for the sword. It just makes the sword super useful, and it's a luxury the mace doesn't have. And while I was thinking of another way to compare these weapons, I started to also think, is the Minecraft mace really worth it? First of all, it's insanely rare and difficult to get. You have to raid multiple trial chambers to even dream of getting one. But Aether, Netherite swords are also hard to get. Well, yeah, but nowhere near as difficult as the mace. And at the end of the day, is the extra damage the mace provides really necessary most of the time? I mean, most Minecraft mobs you face have like 10 to 15 hearts of health max. There are only a very few select mobs in the game that have more, and with the sword, simple. You just go chop, chop, boom, dead. Quick, easy, and safe, but the mace is tough to use, especially for beginners. Sure, it's a one-hit kill, but if you miss a smash attack with the mace, you either die or your opponent gets free hits on you. Not to mention, when you're in the air, a ranged mob or player can simply hit you with a projectile, knocking you back and causing you to not be able to smash them. So in my personal opinion, Netherite swords are just the better overall weapon by a slight margin, but don't get angry at me in the comments, just carry both of them. Both of them are great, really. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.